Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TeamODZ by Gerrie, Rick, you got me. Where are you at, Gerrie?
Good morning, everybody.
Where are you riding at, Gerrie?
I'm riding up the epic area.
Huh.
I started my workout a bit early because it's a long one.
Gerrie didn't fancy eSport there this morning.
Oh, Innsbruck's fine.
You not got any cadence this morning, Rick?
What's that?
Oh, there you. The legs weren't moving.
Oh, they weren't.
They are now.
The new trick I learned.
It's your e-bike, isn't it? Brian, thanks, Brian.
Yeah, so I came up with like a whole series of routes that are going all, starting from my house and then heading out to all different sides of, or all different directions from my house.
Oh, yes.
So 100K routes, at least 100Ks. And they've been pretty fun. Like I've been trying to choose the hilliest routes. Ones where I'm getting like 4,000, at least 4,000 feet of climbing. I tried my first
100
one on,
kilometers.
yeah. I did my
nice.
first one on Saturday. That was good. Or no, was it Sunday? Sunday, that was the day. Saturday, I did one down. That kind of went down towards the coast. That was the one. Oh. That was
Good
actually
morning, Ben.
unexpected.
Yeah.
I haven't looked on Strava yet, so I'll probably see you ride this morning.
Yeah, it was fun, especially the one I did on Sunday. I did by myself. And I think that was the most enjoyable solo ride I've ever had. It was just, the weather was perfect. The one on Saturday was a last minute invite to do a ride. And
okay, yep.
about halfway through, the thunderstorms came. That was exciting.
You turn back and race the thunderstorm back
Oh
home.
no. Oh no. There was no racing this time. This was just go right into it. It was heading towards us and we were like, okay, well, if we turn around, we'll just be riding with it. And so let's just push through and then we'll finally make it out on the other side.
Oh, okay.
But it was actually kind of nice at that point because the temperature was well in the 80s. And I know for the guy I was riding with, he's usually a runner, but he recently hurt his foot. So now he's been picking up cycling a little more. And he was, I think he was struggling a little bit. So once the rain came down, it was nice and refreshing.
Have you heard of the Velominati rules, Rick?
No.
Yeah, you need to have a read of those. There's one in particular that talks about cycling in bad weather.
Yeah?
Yes. I'm sure Gerrie knows the one I mean.
I'm trying to think now. I've read them so many times, but I'm in goldfish mode right now.
Let's see. Well,
I'm not seeing your gills. The Velominati. If you Google Velominati rules, you'll get that.
That's where X plus 1 comes from.
Like N plus 1 or S minus 1. They're both in there.
There's rule number 9. That's the one. And
Number
it's
9.
referring to. Yeah. For everybody on the stream that's wondering what we are talking about, I'll post the link. Just so we get everybody on the same page.
Yeah, that's a good rule. I like that rule.
Rule number 9. If you're out riding in bad weather, it means you are badass.
I feel like it's a
Fair weather riding is a luxury reserved for Sunday afternoons and wide boulevards.
Don't mind admitting that I'm a fair weather cyclist.
the best part.
Oh,
The thing about it too was, of course, the rain came on the worst road possible. And I
Oh.
don't know what happened, if a parade just let out or what was going on. But all of a sudden, it was actually pretty funny when we finally we stopped at the end near a convenience store, and they had a picnic table out with an umbrella that we put up, and sat there and had a snack while the last couple minutes finished out. And we were the rain, when it first came down, it was so hard that my glasses fogged up and I couldn't see anyway with all the rain. And then you couldn't make out all of the potholes that were in the road because it was just covered in water. And then I could see on my Garmin that tons of traffic was coming on this road where there was no traffic before. For some reason now it just seemed like there was back-to-back cars. And so pretty much it was just chaos. It was great. But I was still smiling and laughing because it was just, I don't know, there was something about it. Once I got wet, it was great.
Well, 9.
I had that initial idea though, that initial idea when the rain begins to start and you're like, how can I keep myself from getting wet? And then that went out the window fast.
yeah, it's one thing getting rained on in a nice summer day than starting a race in the winter in the rain. There's something different there.
Yeah, that's not fun.
I don't like starting in the rain.
No, I don't like riding in winter rain.
Oh, definitely not. But
That was one thing I
while
kept
out
saying.
riding in the summer, if it starts like happening to you, that's nice.
Yeah, it was actually refreshing. I was a little concerned because I had my 100K I wanted to do the next day, and I was going to start that out at sunrise. And I was like, okay, how can I get my shoes dried out in time? But that actually wasn't too hard. But then I was thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to have to wash my bike, do all the stuff. But once I got that out of my mind, I was good to go. It was pretty much the point where I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. All right, here we go. But yeah, the guy I was riding with, there was a couple moments where at first it was fun, and then once we were doing it for a little while, I think he was kind of like, he was getting a little down about it. It was just kind of one of those moments where it's like, I'm just happy this is during the summer. There's winter rain when you're just super cold and you can't stop pedaling or else you might freeze. That's not fun.
Mm-mm. Not at all.
But yeah, then my next day though, it was just perfect weather, little to no wind. I ended up rolling the dice on some new bars. I brought a pack of Fig Newtons, and then I was gonna bring a second pack, but I didn't have room
Well, you meant
in my
handlebars.
jersey pouch. What's that?
I thought you meant handlebars.
And then I went and put I had bought 2 energy bars from the grocery store. Never tried them before, but they felt kind of soft, so I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. And then I found out about 20 miles into my ride that they were absolutely horrible, and that, like, when they were I'd take a bite and chew on it for about 10 minutes and then it'd be stuck to my teeth, and it was gross. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm probably not going to end up taking in as many calories as I had hoped. But luckily I did have a good amount of water, and I put an extra scoop of scratch in there, so it was good to be able to keep going. And then I felt great the rest of the day. It was awesome. So I was just concerned about how I'd feel for the rest of the day if I didn't eat enough. But I ended up making it. And I was doing a good job pacing. That was another thing I don't do well. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to make it even close to the time that I wanted to make it in. And I ended up actually hitting the time right on the head. I think it was
nice.
like 3 hours and 20 something minutes or something like that.
Yep. So the Garmin, when you set up a route, you can tell it the average speed you want to do.
Yeah.
And it will have a little pace partner for you.
Oh, okay. I'll have to find that.
So
yeah, I was actually thinking about coming up with a whole new screen for it that didn't have my average power, because usually that's what ends up making me overdo it. But I actually did well. I was surprised.
Cool.
I was trying to keep 190 watts average. There's a couple times I snuck up over 200, but then it was usually right when it was time for a good downhill.
Oh, yep. Giving it a bit more on the climbs and recovering on the downs. Yep.
Yeah, it was a really nice route. There were some pretty good ones, some pretty good climbs.
Yeah, when we just moved to America, and there was this route that I would constantly ride, so I made a pace partner. But this pace partner doesn't stop at red lights or stop lights.
Yeah.
So, and I took my best time and I made a pace partner of that. So, so every week I was just chasing this stupid dot because I didn't want to stop. I actually have to go and do that route again. Just show that pace partner
Who's boss?
what can be done. Who's boss?
Gerrie's the boss.
Another pop-up.
Didn't
New day, new
feel
pop-up.
like that. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it was a skate.
Didn't feel like that on Saturday morning.
Come on.
Well, those guys were going up that volcano
Oh,
so
yeah.
fast. The last bit.
Yeah, I decided not to join you when I found out I was going to be doing that ride.
Oh, Dave, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so I knew I was going to be doing two 50+ rides in a row.
Yep.
And that one was later in the day because it was raining all morning. So rule number 9 didn't account for that day.
Well, I looked at my power numbers afterwards, or today's flat did, and I did my second best 30-minute power in 12 months.
Oh, wow.
So it's just the weight holding me back on that climb.
Yeah. Well, that's easy. You just have to hit the keys a couple times and bam, you're down 40 pounds just like that.
Yeah. Like a lot of those other people.
Yeah.
So I got Mark.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Thanks, Mark. Mark Johnson.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Mark.
I'm doing slow burn today. And it is slowly burning.
Know what I had. FatMax wasn't happening.
Oh no.
I'm doing climb the mountain.
He'll be climbing up the mountain when he comes.
I'm already climbing up the mountain, but it's a different mountain.
Ugh, that was a good part too. That was kind of nice. It'd been a while since I'd done just a solo hilly route all by myself.
Yes.
I was kind of thinking, okay, how am I going to deal with constantly climbing in my own head? But the
Pretend you're riding up here with me.
Yeah, pretty much. First climb I did, I was like, oh, this is going to be a long day. And then for some reason after that, it just went away. And I just entered a nice, peaceful place in my mind and just kind of rode everything as it came to me. It was nice.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you really can't beat 6 in the morning with the sun out, 60 degrees and no wind. I mean, and low, and Sunday morning on a holiday weekend, there was just no traffic.
Yeah, that's just perfect.
I have a feeling that'll be the ride I'll be trying to chase all summer.
Yeah, nice early morning rides. Those are the best.
Yeah. And I find they leave me feeling good all day.
Oh, yes.
If I ride later in the day, I'm usually yawning all day long afterwards.
Oh, so Saturday, this is not cycling related. I moved my dehumidifier to the place where I wanted it, more to the middle of the room, with it's got a duct worked where it push out the dry air I'm pushing out the dryer on the other side of the room, and so I needed this long piece of pipe for the condensate to drain down. So I put everything in and started doing other things. And I was on the phone with my brother, and I came down to show him the bike, and there was just water everywhere.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So turned everything off and finished the conversation. And then after a long investigation, I found there was one place behind everything, because I had to snake the wire, oh sorry, not the wire, the pipe behind a bunch of shelves. And there was something behind the shelf that made it have a little loop upwards, which was higher than the dehumidifier. So the water couldn't get through that.
Yeah.
And it just backed up.
Speaking about water, it doesn't flow uphill very well.
Nope.
No, not really.
When you said this one isn't really cycling related, I thought you were going to talk about food.
That's cycling related.
Yeah, and Rick's already done that one, I guess.
So yeah, so I took 2 pieces of 4-inch PVC and put that in, and then put the other pipe in there so I know it runs downwards. Should have done that from the beginning.
Hey there, Bonnie. Good morning, thanks for sharing the stream, my friend.
Yeah. My ideal basement situation would be to get another heat pump for the basement.
Oh, yep.
Pricey though. But then I
Oh,
could heat it. And I want to be able to move into the basement with all this. But I would need it heated.
Does your basement get that cold?
Well, I mean, in the middle of winter, it'll start getting down into like the mid to high 50s, sometimes low 50s.
Once
Which
you start riding,
Just
that's
makes
good
it tough.
temperature.
Yeah. Just makes it tough to get started.
Ah.
Especially once the sunlight hours start getting low. I need as much convincing as possible. So I guess that's why we meet up like this.
Oh, yeah.
Freezing cold down here. But I said I was going to be here, so here I am.
Exactly.
But I would also like the heat pump. Then it would dehumidify, make it stink less down there.
That's right. Yep. Yep. I want one so I can put on the aircon in the summer. It's right now it's 75 down here.
Yeah, that's the thing too, huh? I would imagine like once you're down there a lot, you're also gradually heating it.
That's right.
It's like right now my basement feels pretty cool compared to outside, but like pretty much the only thing generating heat down there is a freezer. That's about it. And it's all that spray foam insulation. So it,
Oh, you've got all of that.
yeah,
And that helps.
yeah. Someone did
I
that
wanted-
for me before I bought the house.
Ah, nice. I want to do that when I finish this basement.
Yeah, I think that's what keeps it as warm as it does during the winter.
Yes.
But it could be warmer.
Oh, the thing is, we've got 2 people training in the basement. So that's generating heat.
Yeah.
And sweating. So that's generating humidity. So then the dehumidifier is working the whole day to take out the extra humidity.
Yeah.
And that's heating up the basement even more.
Yeah, the guy who I was riding with the other day, he was talking about his dehumidifier in the basement. Apparently he bought a cheap one that has been working for a while now. Something like 3 years, and it
Oh,
hasn't been a problem. And I was like, but how's your electricity bill? He was like,
exactly.
I don't want to talk about that. That's why I'm thinking there might be savings in a heat pump
Yep.
in that way. And then there'll be savings in the fact that, if I change the temperature in the basement and the humidity, the quality of life up here should be better too.
Good morning, Fernando.
All that heat will
Fernando
rise
Fernandez.
up.
Thanks for liking that stream, Fernando.
Yeah, that's my thinking as well, Rick. But this dehumidifier, so far, really, really good.
Yeah. Is it more energy efficient than the other one you had?
Yes. It's a commercial unit. So it doesn't have the fancy plastic casing. It's got
Yeah.
a steel casing. But it's a lot smaller because it doesn't have a bucket. And it's got a place you can duct the warm air away from it.
Yeah.
So the problem with the small units is they form a little microclimate around them where they just reuse the dry air that they just made.
Okay.
Now with this one, I've got a 20-foot ducting pipe that goes from the dehumidifier to the other side of the room. So the dry air gets to the one side and it slowly fills the room.
Nice.
I'm happy so far. If it's not putting water all over the floor.
I don't know that you can
Yeah,
blame the
yeah.
dehumidifier for that, though, Gerrie.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know that you can blame the dehumidifier for that. It was just doing its job.
When we
Yep.
when we first
Blame
built
the plumber that
bathroom,
put it in.
It was the hose, yeah. It wasn't the dehumidifier, it was the hose. It was the hose's fault because it didn't do what it was supposed to do.
when we built the tap room at the brewery, we decided to put in all heat pumps in there. And so when the installers came in, they installed the drainage pipes going along the wall and then out. And I don't know what kind of a level they used, but it was not it was not working with sea level, that's for sure. And or with any sort with gravity. It was a matter of a couple days later water was just pouring out of every single unit. So then they installed pumps into them.
Oh, what a waste.
Those work pretty good. Yeah, it was just, I mean, you could have just checked where the actual level line is instead of, I don't know what they tried to level off of, but it wasn't the right thing. I mean, I would probably just use a bubble level, but
Exactly.
I don't know if they went along the trim on the door or something, because one of them was above the door, and that one was the worst. And you can see, if you look at it, it almost looks like it's going right, but then if you actually look at the level of the bubble, the door frame is a little bit off.
Yep.
But that's kind of the thing with heat pumps anyway, especially back when we got them. When we built the tap room, it hadn't quite weeded out all the installers that their only qualification was they took a quick course.
Yes. Yeah, but it's not hard to do, but you can mess up really badly.
Yeah. And it definitely helps to just have the general knowledge of how to level things and measure things and build things.
Yep.
They should be required to build a birdhouse first, and maybe that's if you can do that, then you're good to go. And when they put it in, they put in 2 units off of one heat pump.
Oh.
And everything was undersized. It was, first of all, it was undersized for the room. And really, like, when we had someone come check it, they were like, I'm not even sure what they used to figure this out, because no math I can do can even figure out why they even chose to put in these units. And then on top of that, the 2 units were too big for the pump that they even installed. So then we got a free larger unit from that one.
It's one of those. They did the calculation.
Yeah.
Then they look for stock. They couldn't find what they're looking for. It's like, it'll be okay.
Yeah, it was like pretty much whatever BTUs they were looking at, it was like they looked at some of the general things. Like they were like, okay, there's a cooler in here for cans, and then there's a dishwasher and a refrigerator. And but then even with that math, they still didn't even size the units right to even handle that. And then they didn't even put into the factor that the place was going to be full of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the second guy who came in, though, he did a good job.
Okay, going down the radio tower.
Hey, 250 watts.
Yes. No resting going down. So wrong.
About
the
4
other
minutes
day-
from the top here.
I was watching when I was watching stage 3 of the tour.
Yes.
I accidentally chose the US version.
Yeah.
Oh, it was horrible. It's just a commercial. That's all it is. It's one large commercial with a little bit of bike riding in between.
but they've got full legged. It's like,
Yeah.
it's the worst situation I can be in because I want to listen to full legged. I don't want to listen to the other guys.
Yeah.
But now I have to watch 50% of its adverts.
Yeah. And then the screen's just full of all sorts of distracting stuff that pertains to nothing. Really. I mean, like, I don't even understand what all the places are on the bottom. Is that, I mean, I'm guessing it's overall standings, but
I'm okay with that. It's just all the ads, man. You guys, well, I'm American now as well. We just love our ads, doesn't we?
but we hate them at the same time. I don't even get it. We all want DVR so we can fast forward through them, but yet there are so many of them.
Well, they got clever now.
Yeah.
You can't fast forward through them now anymore.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely. So then I switched over to the international because it's just, I like having all the things I need to know up on the corner and then being able to see the scenery. Because I mean, there's a good portion of it that I just watch for the scenery.
Exactly, yeah.
I like to watch it and just imagine, oh, what would it be like riding that road? That'd be nice, you know?
Yeah, but then you have the commentator that doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
I was talking to my brother and he watched stage 2 and we were just chatting and he said, well, I never knew they have to move their power meters when they take a different bike. I'm like, what?
That sounds like a headache.
It's like, yes, the commentator were talking about their power numbers.
Yeah.
And he said sometimes when they change bikes in the race, they forget to take their power meter with them. Like, nope. Never saw that happening because some of them are in the crank.
Yeah.
Some of them are wheel and some of them are pedals. I never seen a guy taking off his pedals.
Nope. Yeah, because then you have to repair while you're trying to ride.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess it would be, it's doable, but you would imagine they have a more efficient way of doing it where it's already set up and good to go.
Yep. Every bike they have on that car has either whatever they're using as a team. But I think the commentator was confused by a GPS unit, the Garmin unit.
Yeah.
Because I know that happens sometimes when they fall and they don't pick up their Garmin and they ride blind. That I understand, but
not their actual power unit.
Not your power unit. Because my brother was like, oh, there's some nice power units out there. You could just swap. Nope.
No.
The easiest ones are pedals, and that's going to take you a minute or two.
Yeah.
You think disc brakes takes long?
Oh shoot, what was I say? Yeah, I don't even remember now. Gone.
I thought rear wheel would have been easiest to swap.
Yeah.
Providing it's, you know, all the gears are the same. You don't have to go indexing it.
The other day, I finally signed up for my course for the SRAM XS account so that I can connect them to the app and do all that stuff. All of my my drivetrain. And so then they start sending me emails about how to use them. So I was like, oh, this is nice, you know. 900 miles in and I'm learning how to use these. But then one of the things they're talking about is to not travel with the battery connected.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's just for battery drain, right?
Probably just for battery drain.
which by the end of a stage, I'm sure it's not a big deal if you drive them around. Those
Yeah,
batteries
my pedals have the.
a really long time.
I wanted to say my pedals have the same option where you can put it in travel mode.
Yeah.
So it won't turn on every time there's a movement.
Yeah, I was amazed at how long they last for. I'd been charging them, I don't know, every 100 miles or so. And then when I hooked up the app, I was already at about 100 miles, and they were showing them almost all the way full.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow,
That's
okay,
nice.
I can go a while here. Yeah, apparently they can last for up to 60 hours of riding.
That's a long ride. You better take some food with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just happy I didn't buy a backup battery. I was thinking about doing that. I was like, well, what if? Just in case if I'm on a long ride. Now I've realized that's a pretty long ride if I need a backup battery.
That is a really, really long ride.
My wife would be mad.
She'll be mad when you come back. Or maybe married to someone else. You look like Forrest Gump when you come back.
I think I'll go home now. Although I didn't record it, but I did catch her saying it felt like she was encouraging me to ride in the race of them again across America if I wanted to, because I was watching a couple things on it. I watched a couple shows, and then all of a sudden she's like, "You should do that." I should. Are you sure? Are you prepared for me to pretty much be gone for 6 months training and raising money?
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
She enjoyed having me around for some reason.
Yeah, whenever I go for a really long ride, before I go out, I make sure I close all the lids of the bottles really tight. So while I'm away, they miss me. Tina didn't hear that. She's focused on a very unique workout.
What is it, Mondays?
Is it Monday's
It's
workout?
Monday.
I asked first.
I wanted to say, guess what workout Tina's doing, but that's a very redundant question. But I'm thinking of making a Monday workout.
Just copy Tina's.
Because that one,
She's got enough of them.
yeah. Thanks, Rick.
I've sent them all out.
Think of my vacation time. I'm going to take a Monday workout.
Yeah.
Make one for every day of the week. Exactly the same.
A zone 2 one.
No, hers are. It's multicolored. There's a bit of everything in there.
That just makes for a horrible Monday. on any day of the week.
Yes, exactly. Makes you hate Monday even more. But I prefer to hate Monday than hate Friday.
Yeah.
I think it's like, how many TSS? Did it work out 77 or something? Yeah, so it's not an easy workout.
No. Yeah. No riding to work for 2 days. Because it's going to be wet. Rule number 9, failed again.
Going to give you a ride on, Gerrie, but I already did.
Yes, you did. Thanks, Andy. I think I said thank you.
Oh no, I gave you one before we even started.
Yeah, if that's how I knew you're going to ride, that's when I turned Discord on.
I think I finally found a good fit on my bike. That was nice. I made one little adjustment before I left on Sunday, and I felt really good the whole ride.
Oh, that's
Well,
good.
at least till about 50 miles. And then I just started getting the normal neck ache type stuff, but wasn't bad.
Yep.
Now I'm happy I didn't go seek out someone to fit my bike. It may have taken 3 weeks, but it's still worth it. Now I know a lot more about it.
Yeah. Getting a professional bike fit here is really expensive.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, you never know. Well, it seems like as if there's a lot of different thoughts and a lot of different methods. So can you really be sure that, they fit you the way that you want to be fit?
Exactly.
Esta canción te la dedico a ti, la que siempre está junto a mí. En las buenas y las malas, siempre bella y fiel eres tú. Desde el momento en que
Yeah, but I was lucky. The guy that fit me in South Africa was close to pro ranks. cycling, and a bike fitter.
Nice.
And he had a power meter on his setup, so he would even show you your improvement in power by moving you around.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff that could be beneficial.
Yeah.
Now I need to work on this bike a little bit.
Well, at least you have a good template to start off with now.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's I mean, the main thing is I kind of feel where I feel like I'm more efficient at different settings and stuff, but I don't really know for sure, you know, if I'm in my most efficient bit. But as far as comfort goes, which was one of the main things I was looking for, it's a nice balance. That feels good.
If you're comfortable, you're probably not in the most efficient position.
Next thing I'm going to try is going down another spacer on my handlebars. See what that does. So I do feel like I could be a little lower in the front and be able to handle it.
Wow. Your neck will start aching.
Yeah.
At 40 kilometers there, or miles. It will start aching earlier. I actually need to raise mine, but my fork has been cut before I bought the bike.
Yeah.
So I can't make it longer at all. So I'm stuck.
Unless
Either
you
new
buy a new
fork.
fork.
Yeah. Which I wouldn't mind doing. I think I'm getting to the point where I don't need the super racing setup anymore.
Yeah. I do like the idea of being able to just make it a little easier. I guess I have to find that balance between making it easier in a headwind to get a little more aero, and then also, you know, how much neck pain do I want to deal with in order to be aero?
Yeah. Well, you can always go into the drops.
Yeah.
And that's a good, what, 3 inches?
I just feel like if I could go to the drops a little bit further without having to bend my arms too much, then it would actually kind of straighten me out a little more.
Yeah, my arms are straight in the drops. Like
Yeah,
this.
that looks pretty aero.
I just can't stay there for long because it's really low.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try it out and see. I think this bike I'm just gonna always keep the way it is, because I don't really need to worry about sitting low.
No. Not on the trainer. But it's good to have them very similar, so you train the same muscles.
Yeah, that's true. Then I won't get that shock in the spring.
Yeah. I'm lucky my 2 frame geometries are exactly the same between the trainer bike and the road bike. Except the one is carbon and the one is aluminum.
You didn't say that right.
Aluminium.
There you go.
See, you are American. Look at that.
Yeah.
Man, I've derailed so many meetings by saying aluminium that I'm very careful now. Because there's always someone new in the meeting.
Yeah.
Like, what did you just say? I said, I mean, aluminum. Like, no, say it again. I say it again. It's like, okay, so how do you say it? And there we go. Down the drain, the whole meeting.
Or as chopped up as American English is. There sure is a lot of people out there ready to defend it at every step.
Oh,
Not that I have anything to say because I am the epitome of a lazy talker.
just like teasing my daughter. She's got a proper American accent. Oh, this workout was over earlier than I thought. Thought I had to scramble to get it done.
Today the tour starts in France, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought. For some reason it's still saying Denmark on Peacock, but I think they have it wrong. Or I know they have it wrong. As it starts at Dunkirk, right?
I don't know exactly where it starts. I know it starts on Peacock at 7.
Or 7:05, depending on the version you're going to watch.
Ah, yep.
Because they got to start with some advertisements on the US one, you know. Might as well just start at 6:30, do all the advertisements, and then just play it normal.
The whole point
I
of
guess-
the advertisements is to force people to watch them.
I guess that would defeat the purpose, huh? Hey, these are just my
I'll probably
ideas. You know?
I'll watch the US version while working. So I can. Although watching the replay, there's less ads.
I haven't seen the replays yet.
But
Or well, that's the full race replay, right?
yes, the full race replay.
That's what I like
There's
about
about 20 little spots where they have ads in 5 hours, which is not too bad.
Yeah, I like GCN with all the other races
Team
where
does
you
a good job.
watch like the 20-minute recap, and which that's perfect. You know, I want 20-30 minutes of recap.
Ah,
Get
I
to
want
see
an
all
hour
the.
recap.
Yeah, I think they have those too, don't they?
That's about 30 minutes usually. Yep.
But so far, all of the tour ones have been only like 5 or 6 minutes.
Just watch
Yeah,
two
I'm trying to
recaps.
just have the rights to do a long one.
Just watch 2 recaps back to back, Gerrie.
Because it's the hour, it's just enough to be on your bike and watch the whole hour.
I usually do it while I'm cooking dinner, or I try to. In between doing stuff, I'll sit back down and push play again.
For another 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think this week's going to be a lighter week for me.
Workout have you got
Well,
left,
I'm
Gerrie?
traveling Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
So I'll have to get enough done.
How much workout have you got left, Gerrie?
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I got done early.
Yeah, I went a bit high last week. And then this week I'm going to try to balance it out a little bit, I guess. Because so far, I haven't done too much this week. And with the rain, no riding to work. That's usually a good amount of my numbers.
Oh, yes. I can imagine.
I usually keep my heart rate high.
Yeah, I'll just go till 7. I think I have a long one tomorrow again.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go and ride tonight to the club.
We
I
started
don't know.
screaming. Rick was saying that he got to bed after 11 o'clock last night. Yeah, I said, yep, same. You know, he wasn't appreciating being up so early, having had such little sleep. But then I explained to him that it's an hour earlier here, so I've had an hour less than he has.
Well,
And everybody's seen this face, they
Sure.
know how much I need you to sleep.
And
your 11 o'clock is earlier than ours. Oh, no. Sorry.
I
Don't worry.
had,
late.
yep, I had 1 hour less.
Ignore that comment. If you went to bed 11 o'clock his time, that would have been different.
Yeah, Gerrie math.
Sorry. There we go.
Right, 100
My
meters.
blunder of the day.
Me go. I've at least ridden for as long as I would have done if I'd have done the workout that I was supposed to do. And I got a jersey.
Oh, nice.
Orange.
Let's have a look to see what time the pool's open today.
Oh, I should get on my rower after this. I don't know.
Oh yes. Okay, all done. There's a downhill coming up.
Wash day today.
Tomorrow will be my last day on the stream until, well, maybe Thursday morning. No, I don't think so. Maybe Thursday I'll be riding super early. I don't know.
You leave next Friday?
No, this Thursday.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. I want to be at the airport at 10 a.m. So I can go and sleep in a plane. Well, that's what I hope will happen, but that won't happen. I know that.
You said you're leaving out of Hartford?
That's right, yep. Hartford, Atlanta, South Africa.
Atlanta hardly seems on the way.
Yep, it's not really on the way. But that's where the big Delta hub is.
Yeah. It depends which way around the world you go.
I used to always fly Delta, and yeah, they definitely like to put you through Atlanta a lot.
Yep.
I like Atlanta.
It is nice.
Oh yes, it's an awesome airport.
Easy to navigate.
Yep. Okay. We're all done.
Yeah.
Nice work, Gerrie.
Hey, Mr. Ball Salts.
Basalts.
Just drop in as we are hopping off.
Yeah. So this is Swift. I know you've been here before.
Oh my goodness, yeah. He is very vocal on Zwift Power forums. We used to have a lot of fun chatting on the Zwift Power forum. And Mr. Salts. Okay, 7 a.m. It's
There it is.
time to kitchen duty.
All right. I might go back to bed for a little bit. 6 a.m. here. So
Oof.
Oh my goodness.
Now it's just too late to go
I
back to bed
can't.
here.
I can't reach up there to give you a high five, Gerrie. Rick, I can reach into Rick. There you go. Other arm, Rick.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
down a
oh,
bit.
wait, we gotta
There
up
you
to
go.
that, right? Yeah. Or forward. There we go.
Which one? One of these? Oh my goodness.
I tried to look at my my screen down here, and that's just not even on time.
No,
that's
a bit of a
hard,
delay
yeah.
there. All right, thank you everybody for joining us this morning. We'll be back tomorrow. Same Motley crew. Until then, take care, everybody. Have a good day. Bye for now.
See you.
Right on.